Welcome back to Aussie Arovos. Today the Patrol's back in the shed, hopefully for the last time. We've got a couple little jobs just to get it on the road, and then we're getting some killer barwork slapped on the front of this thing, and then we're going to be driving it up to Sydney for its maiden voyage at the Sydney 4x4 show. Let's get into it.
Alright, so before we get into today's episode, we've got some pretty exciting news. Now, Kincrome has actually jumped on board to help sponsor the channel this year. They've hooked us up with some new tools for the shed, which is going to be unreal.
Yeah, as many of you would know, throughout all of our episodes up in the shed, we've been using our dad's old Haggard tools for years, and I don't know how they've lasted this long, but the set is thinning, so we're well overdue for a fresh new tool set, and honestly, to have it all organised like this it's just going to be awesome. An absolute dream to use. So we've got all sorts of stuff, sockets, ring spanners, torque wrenches, all the little pliers, bits you need, so super stoked to have that stuff here, yeah.
Yeah, it's great to have the guys on board with the channel. I mean, I've been using their gear literally since the day I started my apprenticeship. Went over and bought one of their toolboxes, and I've still got one of their truck boxes in my service ute. Literally gets used every day, and man, the stuff holds on.
Yeah, we're absolutely stoked, and we've actually got a pretty exciting giveaway to do for you guys. So we're actually giving away 250-piece automotive toolkits. Lane's got them on there. We're already using them in our cars. We've already had to use it a couple times. So we're giving two away. Now to win one, all you gotta do, head over to our Aussie Arvo Instagram page and follow us and like our most recent post. And Kincrome are also giving away one on their socials. So go over to their YouTube channel, check out their side-by-side series, episode 7, and leave a comment saying Aussie Arvo sent you there, and you'll be in the running to win a kit. So it's that easy. Big thanks again to Kincrome for jumping on board to support Aussie Arvos. We're just absolutely so grateful for it, and can't wait to put these tools through their paces and get them being used on the few projects. So let's get back to the video and get this car back up to Sydney.
Now before I get the car on the road, I have to drill some holes in the door for my new mirrors. Now I've been dreading this, but it had to be done, and so I've got the perfect car to work off to make sure I get the mirrors lined up in the factory location.
You know they're going to be measuring on this car in like 50 years when all the other GQs are gone.
Do you reckon, Dan, would you move them forward if you had the chance, or are they in a good spot, do you think?
No, I like them where they are.
Yeah, no, alright, we'll stick them where they're the same. We'll stick it the same. You need to clean up your hinges, Dan. Look at all that clunge.
Oh, he's being critical now. It's all right, Mr. Freshly sprayed car. God, my paint's 34 years old.
Alright, let me get a drill bit. Do you use a center punch for a door? Alright.
Crazy.
Are we happy?
No, just don't let the drill run off, whatever you do.
This is so scary. Watch him be in the wrong spot. Watch him not fit. Oh, you've done this before?
Yeah, once or twice. So much tension. You guys are like silence.
I'm watching over you like a hawk, Dan. This is my pride and joy.
All right, any other touch-ups you need?
I mean, I can get up there with me socks on so that I don't put boots on the tray.
Oh.
Hang on, Dan.
I thought I was bad.
Don't criticise.
Hang on, no, I'm not criticising. It's just nice to, have someone on my side of the game for once. And everyone said I was crazy. Let me take my boots off to get on a ute tray over here.
Well, you know what, Dan?
Wait,
when your tray floor is this glossy,
it's all right. When I sprayed the tray on the Navara, I was like that for a little bit. And once it gets its first scratch, you're like, oh,
yeah.
Ute tray, whoosh. Yes, this chapter is called Filling the Holes in My Welds.
yeah, literally. This is the. Don't mind my bird.
With our holes drilled in the doors and the bare metal painted over, we could then install the new GQ mirrors, along with our homemade, freshly painted heavy-duty mud flaps.
So before I take it on the road, I want to go over and torque all my suspension bolts. Now, when I put it together, because for a lot of it there was no weight on the car, I didn't tighten up any of the suspension bolts just because I didn't want to pinch any bushes. So now that I've got the weight of the car, I can go around and torque everything to specs. So I got me Nissan manual, and just looking at the torque specs, go around with the torque wrench and do them all up. So pretty easy. You know why this feels like less torque than the other one? Because it's a longer arm.
Yeah.
So it's easier to, we're used to doing it with a real short arm.
With all the bolts torqued to spec, I then went over the driveline with the grease gun to grease all the moving components, and with that done, I then put back the interior door cards along with the speakers and trim, just to make sure I've got my banging tunes for our 9-hour drive up to Sydney.
Alright, so we're just about to take the Patrol for a test drive, back in it. We've got to take it for a test drive and make sure everything's good, because I've got to take it down to get bar work tomorrow morning, so before I drive it down there. I gotta make sure that we're all happy, so let's do it, eh? First drive in the Patrol in like 6 months, 7 months.
Bloody hell, you sit high up.
It's very high.
It feels way higher up.
It feels massive. Yeah, so this is pretty much a test drive. All seems pretty good. Steering wheel maybe do with a straighten. The clutch is so nice. That's probably one of my favourite bits. And everything seems to be pretty good. Coil cab. That's funny, when you start driving it again, like, it doesn't take long and just feels like you never stop driving. It's just how it used to be, just back in the Patrol.
So with the Patrol driving safely, the next day we headed down to Rob at Raslar Engineering, and he's going to be building the bull bar, sliders and scrub bars for the Patrol.
All right, so I'm down here with Rob from Raslar Engineering. We've just brought the Patrol down, ready to get its bar work done. Now, Rob's going to take us for a bit of a show around on what Raslar Engineering does and what they're going to do for the Patrol. So let's get into it.
So everything we do now, we do them in batches. So everything's folded and made in a kit. So all our bars have had an update. So all the main pan, bottom pan, everything is all one unit. So less welding, more strength. And basically this is a standard kit. So it's got the checkers for the tube, all the folded brackets, and that, for instance, there will be enough to make 20 bull bars. And then all our tube work is along here. They're all labelled. So every bit of tube for whatever bar it is, it'll be literally not cut into the top. So GQ Patrol top tube, which is very convenient.
Ah, yeah, there you go.
So they're all ready to go, and then they'll go in the jig and get welded off in the other factory. In these factories where everything gets assembled. Now, obviously we do lots and lots of different cars, anything from a 300 series to a GQ. So all the side steps and all that are all pre-bent there. It's all done here in-house on our CNC bender.
So it's all keyed in and then the bender just like knows exactly where to do everything.
Yeah, you can even do a 3D simulation of it bending it, so you know if it's going to hit something.
Crazy. And I guess that's the sort of thing that they've got now, that every bit of bar work is just like exact. There's never...
Yeah, it's certainly very different to how,
That's crazy.
I've still got my old Speedworks bender.
Yeah.
Like, we still use it every day.
Oh, really? Yeah, right.
Certain things that, this is great for tight radius, and there's still certain parts that can actually do that this can't.
Yeah, right,
So,
there you go.
Then from there, they go into each bay has their own little guy that will be a bull bar person or a rear bar person, and so it'll go from pallet to bay, get welded up and assembled in the jig, cleaned up, onto a stillage, and then the forklift comes and takes them over to our sandblaster. So these guys all obviously hand weld them. We're now like transitioning, like it's not running, but like they'll all go to like a robot setup.
Wow, that's awesome. That's insane. Have you only just got them recently?
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
so
really?
we're just setting jigs and stuff up at the moment.
That's awesome.
After spending a bit of time with Rob, it's clear that he has a huge passion for this stuff, and it was really great and interesting to see how the bull bars are being manufactured right here in Victoria.
So this is our new, like, for not that you're getting a wheel carrier, but our new hub. So integrated stoppers machined into it for the carriers.
Oh, yeah, right.
And then like an O-ringed billet dust cap instead of the knock-on trailer cap.
That's
so these
awesome.
are literally brand new this week. This factory's packaging, bolt kits in that room, sandblasting, powder coat. So basically those stillages, 2 stillages of product come over every day. They'll be sandblasted on the floor, in the tunnel, out the booth, and in a box and on a truck that afternoon.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And we powder everything twice. So everything gets zinc powdered first, and then we powder it black.
Oh, right, there you go.
So it actually goes in, back out, and then in again, and then baked. So this is our fitting area. So today we've got a GQ, another one like yours. It's getting the same front bar. This one's just getting a rear bar fitted, so old GU. It's really cool because we do mainly new stuff, so it's really cool that today they've got 2 old girls in while you're here.
Exactly, there you go, still getting around. All right, so we're gonna leave the car here with Rob. He's gonna work his magic and come up with some slick looking bar work, no doubt. So Rob, here's the keys.
Thank you.
And we'll be back in a couple of days and see what it looks like. All right, so we're on the way down to Raslar to pick up the Patrol. Rob's been working away, getting the bar work done, and I'm super excited to see what it looks like. I reckon it's gonna look mint, and I'm just keen to have it wrapped. Like, even on the old Patrol didn't have scrubbies, so I'm keen to have it all fully protected. I'll know the thing's gonna, it's not gonna get damaged, so because I gotta keep that paint looking smick. So yeah, let's go see what it looks like. Oh yeah, dude, that looks so good. Dude, already looks so good. I'm happy with my choice of bull bar, I reckon. I'm really happy. Oh, that looks so sweet. That looks so freaking good. How good does that look? It looks absolutely awesome. Yeah, I'm really stoked with it. And I know you kept telling me to go the other one, but I do really like that bar myself.
I do. It is, the whole car has got an old school vibe.
Yeah.
And that does fit the old school vibe.
Yeah. All right, so we come back down to Raslar, and Rob has done his work on the Patrol. As you can tell, it's looking absolutely unreal. Couldn't be more happy with it. So Rob, what have we got here in the Patrol? What have we stuck on it?
Yep, so we got your car specifically. I wanted it in because you've obviously done a chassis swap and a few things. Just to double check our combination would be right with the sliders and that, because there's variants from the different model cars and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's just our standard off-the-shelf comp bull bar, which is, you know, I guess one of our oldest style products. It's had a bit of a revamp, this one lately, and then our normal checker infill sliders. So we had a bit of a discussion about different styles.
Yeah.
I said, look, as opposed to a top, I think the infill will keep that tube look to tie in with the rest of the car, and it has a bit of an older feel, so we'll rock with that. We talked about length, so to tie in with your tube tray. I was able to sort of mix and match a couple of different lengths. So in the end, they're the same as like a GU Ute slider, which is a little bit longer than what I would have done on a GQ single cab, but a combination, I think, you know, all goes together well.
Yeah, it'd come up bloody awesome. As Rob said, a little fiddling around to get it to suit my car perfect, but I think the end result is just absolutely unreal. So Rob, thanks so much.
No worries.
Brilliant job.
Very cool.
And yeah, I can't wait to have this stuff rolling around on the car. I'm sure it's going to protect the car, which is obviously its purpose, and look awesome at the same time. So if you guys are looking for any sort of bar work or even like a chops, crazy stuff like that, Raslar Engineering are the guys to talk to. They're local to us down in Lilydale, you know, right near home. So it was a pretty no-brainer for us to come down here and get them to work their magic. So Raslar Engineering, check them out. They do some awesome work. And now let's take this thing up to Sydney.
Design the Trader Co merch.
All right guys, so as you saw there, we've got the merch back now. We're gonna be putting this stuff up on the website again. It's been a long time coming, but we've got all the merch back. So we've got the t-shirts in the navy, the black and the olive, as well as the Aussie Arovos hoodie with the map of Australia on the back. Stoked to have this back in stock. So head over to aussiearovos.com.au and get yourself some. You'll find it all there, and let's get this thing out to Sydney.
3 a.m, leaving to Sydney now. Let's go.
Update on how the Patrol's driving. It's been absolutely flawless. Like, there isn't a single wobble in the steering wheel at all. Engine still feels super smooth. So yeah, absolutely stoked with it. Driving awesome. The tyres are going real well. Happy days.
Tell you what, it is awesome seeing that car running, because the amount of work, you know, in the weeks leading up to the show was absolutely insane. I know he'll be grinning ear to ear in that car. Like, it's literally his dream build, and to see it like be reality on the road in front of me, like, it's crazy. So,
all right, we made it. We're in Sydney. About to pull into Sydney Olympic Park, which is where the show is. So, I'll make a show ready. Only time it'll ever be clean. Only time it's ever had a fresh paint job.
After giving the Patrol a final polish and setting up the stand, we're ready for the show to start.
I'd like you to put your hands together for the boys from Aussie Arovos. Enjoy.
What we've created here is essentially the cool wall. Now, remember when we do this is purely based around how cool the car is. It doesn't matter about how capable it is off-road, how many litres it gets per 100. This is purely based upon the cool factor. This one is similar to a 79. Some might say it's the 79 from wish.com. I give you the Mahindra. Now, what do we think? Is this a cool car? I feel it's something less cool than the Pajero.
There we go.
Alright, so that's a wrap for the Sydney show. Dan's about to bug out in the private jet back to Melbourne. Me and Liam about to head back towards Melbourne as well, but we're going to be doing some camping on the way, probably pull in somewhere, try to find a spot. But Nah, the show went well.
Yeah, so thanks to
Show's
everyone
been
who come by and said hello.
Yeah, you guys.
And to those of you that have seen this and elsewhere around the country, we'll be coming to Melbourne as well, so
yeah,
it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Nah,
overall,
the show was sick.
great
so.
It's been a
weekend.
great show, been a great weekend.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Alright, we'll catch you guys soon.
Cheers.
That night, Liam and I camped at a really nice spot just 10 minutes off the Hume Highway, and after a good sleep and some reheated pizza, we were back on the road heading home.
So the Patrol broke down.
No, it's not broken. It's just something that, I mean, that's what happens when you put a whole car together yourself. Stuff may have a tendency to want to come loose. The Patrol's been driving absolutely awesome. I sort of expected it to, considering everything under it's brand new, like every bush is new. I'd hope it would drive new, but you never know, like when you put stuff together yourself, there might still be things wrong. But yeah, literally on the freeway, not a single vibration. Literally the only thing I need to do is maybe straighten up the steering wheel a little bit, but other than that, like, yeah, perfect.
So what's the fuel economy?
It was 14.2 litres 100, or yeah, thereabouts.
Which is about, what did you get when you're on 33s?
Yeah, about the same.
Okay, so
14 and a half. Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Alright, so we're back home. The Patrol survived its first 2,000 Ks on the road, and how did it all go, alright?
Yeah, it drove awesome. Obviously, nothing fell off, which was pretty good. Oh, wow. Almost nothing fell off. But yeah, no, made it all pretty easy. And yeah, loved driving it. It was good to be back in it after so long, you know, since I've actually driven the thing. But yeah, overall, great weekend. And
yeah, thanks everyone for coming down. It really means a lot that you all came to the show and said good day to us. So
yeah, everyone who bought merch and that, we really appreciate it.
So that's the end of today's episode. We hope you enjoyed. Give it a like if you did. Get subscribed, and we'll catch you next time because we've still got a lot to do with this car, don't we, Liam?
That's it.
So we'll see you then.